So we're down here in Bawnboy this afternoon at the National School, and they're trying to recruit pupils to retain a teacher here. And first of all, I'm joined by Isabel. Can you tell us exactly what you're looking for?
3 children, a family, possibly, but 3 children of any age from junior infants up to 6th class. And that will give us the numbers required to hold on to our 3rd teacher.
How many teachers in the school presently?
There are 3 teachers in the school presently, and at the moment we have 48 students.
And you need 3 more?
We need 51, 51. Magic number.
Yeah. And you put an ad in a national paper, I see, recently.
Yes,
seeking families.
Anne, our principal, and the Parents Association work very hard to promote the school, and they put an ad in the Independent. So yes.
Isabel Ruffey, thank you very much. And I'm now joined by
Patricia McGovern.
And you're on the Parents Association?
I'm the treasurer, yeah.
You're the treasurer?
Yeah.
And have you children at the school,
I have
Patricia?
1 left, yeah. My other lad's starting secondary school.
Right. And it's a great school, good results, and you're very happy with it?
Very good school, brilliant Parents Association. We do lots of fundraising, and it subsidises trips for the children throughout the year, and everyone's very good and willing to help, so we're very happy here.
And are you confident that you can attract families to the area, and would you recommend they come down and live here?
Oh, absolutely. It has everything going for it. You have the football field, you have so many activities for kids. It's a very happy area, and everyone's very good to each other and looks after each other.
And there's always a friendly warmth and welcome, I think, down here in Bawnboy.
Oh, there is, yeah.
And then you have the scenery here as well, and the mountains, and also
exactly.
West Cavan. And
yeah, and you have Brackley Lake beside us, and there's swimming lessons, and there's just so much for kids, you know.
That's lovely, Patricia. Thank you very much. And now I'm joined by...
Hello, my name's Veronica Edwards.
Veronica Edwards, and what are you with?
I'm a secretary on the Parents Association.
The Parents Association.
Yeah,
Have
that's
you children
right.
at the school, Veronica?
2 of my children went to this school. My youngest has just finished there in June.
Right.
Yes.
And why would you recommend that families come down and reside here?
Oh, this is a wonderful part of the country. I mean, we're accessible to all the main urban areas. We're part of a geopark here, as you're aware. There's a host of activities for people, sporting and otherwise, for them to get involved in. And we just have a great community spirit here. We really have. We have wonderful facilities in the village. I think that the football pitch and the playground are a testament to the way people can come together and work hard in the best interests of the local area. So I would say a lovely, quiet, gentle pace of life is something for everybody here. And I think with the digital broadband now and the hub in Cavan and the support of the County Enterprise Board, that it's possible, even if you know, not only to work for somebody else, but to work for yourself. And I think that's something that, you know, maybe people could consider as well when they're moving down here.
Are you here from here originally yourself?
I am, yes.
Oh, you are?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So you know from experience, you know what you're talking about?
Yeah, well, I'm very happy living here. It's a wonderful place to raise children, it really is. And I think the youngsters here, thanks to the school, have a great affinity with the local community. And I think, you know, in order to encourage people to invest their lives in a rural community, they have to identify with it. And I think children begin to identify with their community in their local national school.
That's great. And we're moving along the line now to, your name is Paula Fahy, is that
correct,
right?
Yeah.
All right, a note there from earlier. Yeah. You're with the Parents Association. What is your title with them?
I'm the chairperson.
Chairperson.
Yeah.
And can you tell us, from your perspective, what you need, and you think that you will get it?
Well, we need 3 more children to retain our 3rd teacher by the 30th of September. So that would be brilliant if we did. It's very important to have smaller class sizes. I and my husband, we moved back from London 12 years ago. We had 2 young boys over there, and it was a very fast pace of life. I would have been up at 5:45 in the morning to get my first train to work at 6:20, and then back home to pick up the kids for 6 o'clock, so it was very, very much fast paced. This is a much slower pace of life. We've still got good quality jobs. We're a much, much nicer way of life. We've got a feeling of a sense of community, which we didn't have in the city because we didn't have time to. We the children have become part of various different activities. They've got to make friends. We've had a third child here, which we wouldn't have had we been in the UK, wouldn't have been able to afford it. We've been able to build a house, have lovely space. Our children are a lot more active physically than they would have been had they remained in the UK. There's so many activities even with the school. The school have done mindfulness with the children. They've been part of what it means to be part of Europe with the blue flag. They've done the green flag. They've done healthy eating. They do so many different initiatives with the children. And if any parent has any ideas to do with the kids, the teachers are very, very keen to participate and to go with it and to help the children participate in learning all about the environment they grow in, how to respect it, and to respect their fellow neighbours. So part of the thing would be they go up to the community centre where there's the social services, and they will do a quiz every year. So the 6th class kids will sit on the teams with some of the older people, and it's mutual respect and getting to know each other, which is very, very important.
You're a very good saleswoman for it, and you came back from London. You're a great example of what can be achieved. Yes, you came back and settled here and made a life here.
Yes, and I brought my Galway husband with me, so he chose Cavan over Galway.
And a Galway man settled here.
Yes, and is very, very happy here.
Very happy.
Yeah.
Paula, thank you very much.
You.
And move on now to the principal, and that's Anne Maguire.
I think they've said it all, haven't they, Sean?
They've
haven't left much for me to say.
But from your perspective, if you're trying to sell the school now and people watching this and reading the article, what do you want to say?
Well, I want to say that this St Aidan's School is a school that embraces every religion and no religion. It is a school that welcomes everybody, parents, teachers, children, the wider community. We have a great link with the wider community. We say Templeport Development Association with, as Paula said there, the resource centre, the old people. But we visit, go for the quiz around Easter. We have lots of links with the wider community. St Aidan's School is a small school. The pupil-teacher ratio is very favourable. The teachers take their responsibility very, very seriously, and we have an open door policy here, so if any parent has any type of an issue, we are very, very eager to make sure that everything is solved quickly. And we're very good at, as Paula said, taking new initiatives. We have our green school flag. We're working on our second green flag now at the moment. We did the European flag there 2 years ago too, and had a lovely day inviting the wider community. We would have Grandparents' Day. We would invite the grandparents in as well. We have our, obviously, twice every second year we have a big Christmas play up in the hall, and we use the hall, which is a local facility as well. The GAA have been extremely supportive. We have a lovely pitch up there, but not only that, the parents in this area, it just shows you the sense of community that they have. When 2 years ago or 3 years ago they fundraised €20,000, they gave of their time, they gave of their expertise, they gave of their machinery to make a fantastic pitch up there. There are very few schools in the country that have a pitch as good as we have here. So I would just say it is a lovely, warm environment if you want to bring your child up in, and we will go that extra mile for you. And we're very blessed in that we have great links with the secondary school, and the transition from this school to the secondary school is great. And in 6th class and in 5th class, we sometimes go down for a day. We've had a Spanish teacher from the school coming up here teaching Spanish. So we have a great link with the wider community. We're not an island. We extend out to the wider community.
And in relation to housing and prospective housing and accommodation, you have something to offer on that front, and that's important to anyone considering moving.
Yes, we have sourced some houses for rent, which are available. Some may be available very soon, some are available now, and also there are quite a few houses in the area that are available to buy, and anyone knows from living in Dublin the price that you pay for a house in Dublin compared to what you get here, plus you have the space, and that sense of community that you may not have, plus the safety. If you have a child, you want the child to be safe, and this is a lovely, safe, caring environment. As I say, it takes a village to rear a child, and this village certainly does a good job at that.
It epitomises that.
It does, absolutely. And everyone will tell you, West Cavan and Bawnboy, the people in this area really, really are very, very caring and very, very welcoming to anyone who comes in to the area.
And just to reiterate, how many teachers have you at the moment?
We have 3 teachers and we share a learning support teacher.
Right.
Yeah.
And does that include yourself?
That includes myself, yes.
And
yeah.
how many pupils have you again?
We have 48 pupils, but we need for 51 come September in order to retain.
When would this kick in that you'd lose a teacher?
It's next June.
Next
June we would lose
next
it.
year.
Yeah. And the irony of the whole thing is that come next September, if we have 51 pupils, we will not get back that teacher because we have to go back. We have to go up to 54 to actually make a new appointment.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that's why the
push is on.
The push is certainly on.
Yeah. And are you confident with the backing that you're getting? And
well, I have to say the backing has been fantastic, and not just as you saw today, Sean, not just from the parents and the pupils and past pupils, but the wider community, and that just epitomises Bawnboy and Templeport.
And you had an ad in a local or the regional or the national paper, I should say, recently, inviting people to come and live here.
Yes. And we hope that they'll take us up on our offer.
That's great. That's Anne Maguire, Principal of St. Aidan's School, and we're joined now by Deputy Brendan Smith, born and reared here, Brendan, and of course you were in the Department of Education for a while in different departments. You're acutely aware of what faces rural schools like this, Brendan?
I am indeed. I'm actually a past pupil of St. Aidan's School, albeit the old school across the way that's now a fine dwelling house. And I'm just here to endorse everything that has been stated by the previous speakers. They've outlined very clearly the huge strengths of St. Aidan's National School. I know that from attending different events here over the years, be it the Green Flag launch, other occasions as well. And I hear it in particular from parents about how happy they are with their children and the educational attainment that they get in this school. I hear that constantly from parents whom I'm talking to about other issues. And I know from speaking to teachers in the local second level school, and in second level schools in particular, that children leaving St. Aidan's National School Bawnboy, they've attained a very high standard of education on leaving primary school. I think that's a very important message to get across, is the huge educational attainment and also the very wide range of extracurricular activities that the school engages on an ongoing basis. There's a great school community. The school it's not the perimeter of the school building, it's the wider community, it's the school community. And again, there's great linkages with the local St. Aidan's Templeport GFC, with St. Mogue's second level school here in the village as well, with Templeport Resource Centre. So here in a small community, you have a huge range of infrastructure for people. It's about ensuring that people have good facilities available to them locally, and there's a great buy-in in community activities here. You take Templeport St. Aidan's, we've the men's football teams, we have the ladies in football, we have camogie. There's also a huge range of other activities in athletics and a wide range of activities, all local here at the school. So, as the principal said, there are some houses available for renting, and I would say to anybody who's on the lookout to move to a very hospitable, welcoming area, where houses are very reasonable, where accommodation is reasonable. You couldn't get a better location than Bawnboy Village and this wider community here. And of course, we're very accessible to substantial towns, to Cavan Town, to Enniskillen. We're not far from Dublin. We're equidistant from Dublin and Belfast as well. So that's very...
Sligo on the other end.
Absolutely. So we have huge benefits in where we're located here. And as well as that, there are employment opportunities in this West Cavan, South Fermanagh area as well, and we're no distance from Cavan Town. There's good infrastructure from the point of view of telecommunications as well. So everything that has been outlined by Isabel, by Patricia, by Veronica, by Paula and by Anne that you spoke to, I heartily endorsed those sentiments, and I sincerely hope that those few extra pupils that they can be enrolled for September, because I have seen over the years in working with different school communities there can be a temporary dip in enrolment, and then over the next year or two that can substantially increase. But as Anne said, unfortunately the threshold to have a teacher appointed, a replacement teacher,
it's a very blunt instrument, isn't it?
It is too blunt, because I believe if there's X number of pupils required to retain Y number of teachers, then it should be the same for the appointment of a new teacher as well. That threshold shouldn't be so different. And again, there's a bias against the smaller schools. As you go into the larger schools, the schools with maybe 7+ teachers, there's not that requirement to have a higher number for a new appointment than there is for retention. So that's an issue that again hits at the smaller schools and the rural communities.
And you'll be using your good offices, I suppose, to promote the area and do anything you can to help to attract the numbers here.
Oh, absolutely. And I tell you, it's my own alma mater as such, my old primary school. It's my home village of Bawnboy. It's my home parish of Templeport, and I have a special attachment to this area. And could I say that in every project that I've worked with the local community here, they're a joy to work with. They get up and they do the work. They'll seek whatever public funding is available. If there's a local contribution required, that this community here in Bawnboy will go in Templeport will go out and raise that required funding. And there's a huge range of good facilities available in Bawnboy and in Templeport parish. So for anybody who's thinking of moving house, who may be hoping to return to rural Ireland, they'll make no better choice than Bawnboy area.
And there you have it. That's the story from St Aidan's National School in Bawnboy. Hopefully they'll get the extra pupils and people will relocate here.